Hello everyone, Dark Kirby 14 here. Welcome to more Crash Twinsanity. Alright, let's get started. So now we're going to go to the next level, which is called Classroom Chaos. We do meet you do meet the third character after that, but this is later on in this level. So that's kind of the, so this is the sneak. This is from the. This is from. So this is. There's, I believe for Crash, there's 3 of these sequences. And then the sequence is never used again for the remainder of the game, which is a little bit of a disappointment, to be honest with you. It's a little disappointing to know that this mechanic isn't used for the remainder of the game. Yeah, so it is a little disappointing to know that this mechanic was... It's used twice. It was also used in Tokum Hokum. It was also used in Tokum Hokum. It was also used there. Yeah, that's the other level that this mechanic got used in, was Tokum Hokum. That's the one where you have to... Tokum Hokum. That's the one where you had to go save Cortex, correct? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one where you had to go save Cortex from Papu. First boss from Crash Team Racing. No, it's second boss. The first boss for Peru. What am I talking about over here? I went and got my bosses mixed up. Oh man, I remember this part, the chase part. This part frustrated me so much when I was younger. I don't remember how I did in my part of the Let's Play for this. Damn it! Mistimed the jump. Yeah, I mistimed it. Remember, Nitros is OHKO. It's fissure. Think about it that way. Yeah, think about it as fissure. Because that's essentially what it is. It's fissure. Think about it that way. No, that's kind of, I think the Redskins are going to be battling the Cowboys in the basement, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I've been wrong before. And I think I would also like to reiterate one more thing. I never called Josh Allen a for sure bust. I said he'll be a bust if Buffalo doesn't frickin' use him, doesn't frickin' be patient with him. Like, Josh Allen is not a QB you're going to play right away, especially behind that offensive line. Because to put it lightly, that offensive line is bad. Like, to put it lightly, that offensive line is pretty bad. And they need it, and I think that's the one thing, and I think it's perfect. This is the perfect situation for Josh Allen. He can sit, kind of get acclimated into NFL life, and I think it's perfect for him. I think this is the perfect situation for Allen to be in, where he doesn't have to be rushed in, and when he's clear, like he's shown glimpses, but I still think he could use a year or two sitting.
I'll take it from here.
I mean, how when Rodgers came in, Rodgers sat what?
Get back to the airship.
How many years did Rodgers sit? Rodgers sat a while. I remember that. It had to be like 3, 4. It had to be like 4 years at least that Rodgers sat. Yeah, Rodgers. Yeah, it had to be a good. He sat for a while. I remember that. I remember that. He sat a while. That I remember. He sat a while. He sat a good few years. That I do remember. He sat a while. That I do remember. He was one that sat a while. But Rodgers came into a very good situation. And now the argument can be made that Rodgers is the best quarterback. And I've been pretty firm on this. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen play the game of football. Bar none. Bar none. My answer, if you ask me the best quarterback who I've ever seen play, my answer right now will be Aaron Rodgers. Like, easily Aaron Rodgers. It's a shame what they're doing with him because I think they wasted Brett Favre's good years too. Although they had good, in defense of that, they had good defensive players in his tenure. They've had a couple in the time that Rodgers has been with the Packers. But more times than not, the defense has been befuddling down near the bottom of the league. Yeah, but a good portion of that time, they're near the bottom. Like, and I've said this before, Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen throw a football. I'm not kidding you. Like, unequivocally, the best quarterback I've ever seen is Aaron Rodgers, and it's not even close. Like, he literally is probably the best quarterback I've personally seen throw a football, ever. Like, I'm not even going to be objective about that. That's my honest opinion. Like, of all the quarterbacks that I've ever seen throw a football, Aaron Rodgers is tops for me. Like, I don't think I can recall seeing a quarterback better at throwing a football than Aaron Rodgers. And that's with all the frickin' terrible offensive line play Rodgers has had to deal with, too. That's with the fact that for a good chunk of the time, Aaron Rodgers had a piss-poor offensive line and a piss-poor defense. Everyone remembers that year. Everyone remembers the year where they went one and done as the top seed, right? I think there should be a massive asterisk put next to that game. The Packers had one of the worst defense in the NFL, bar none, that year. That offensive line was bad. Like, seriously, that team was terrible. Like, you can't even be objective about that either. That team was awful in terms of defense. Rodgers was that team. Like, think about it this way. Aaron Rodgers was that Packer team. He was the before, during, and after of that team. I'm not going to even hear any arguments about that. That's just complete fact. Rodgers was that team. That 2011, 2012 team, that team was Rodgers. That team was Rodgers, and by the way, more Aaron Rodgers. That's how good Aaron Rodgers is. He made that team what it was. And no, not the other way around. And I think I've been pretty consistent with that too. Aaron Rodgers is unequivocally the best quarterback I've ever seen play the game of football. I wish I could say there was a quarterback better, but there isn't. None exists. That sounds like an old wives' tale. That's not even a terrible joke either. Like, Rodgers is literally the best quarterback I've ever seen play this game. The NFL football. Like, none. There are none better than Aaron Rodgers. A better quarterback than Rodgers? That's a myth. And I'll make it for the record clear. I do not like the Green Bay Packers. I do not like them. That's another story for another day. I don't like the Packers. But I do like Aaron Rodgers. I do like Aaron Rodgers, though. Like, I can't even be... Like, I'm not even gonna be like even that. I guess while we're waiting, I can show you more of this hidden stuff. Man, this game has a massive amount of cut content. But there's also extras about the enemies and stuff, so you can see a little bit of what Crash has to deal with. Oh, and these are kind of small little tidbits, too. These are nice. I like the fact they gave these collectibles some meaning in this game. Like, it was actually, like, a little bit self-worth. It was made more worth it to get this stuff. Like, it was actually made worth it to get all this stuff. Like, because you get to see small and cool little extras about the game. Yeah, so it actually made everything kind of worth it. Like, collecting all those extra secrets is actually pretty worth it in the end of the game when you think about it. The whole scope of it. Like, at the end of the day, it's more worth it to get all this stuff. So it's actually kind of cool. Anyway, with that, this has been Dark Kirby 14. See you next time on more Crash Twinsanity.